Essential parts of a role play are set out the stall at the start, ask questions mainly through the middle, find out the pain points. Now, one tip that I'd give you is when you find pain points or issues that you could help, don't make a note and come back to them. Stick on those pain points. Make it hurt in the nicest way possible. My name's Joe Green, and today we're going to be talking about role plays. Now, role plays can be a large part of sales interviews, and they can be quite stressful in terms of preparation. Now, one piece of advice that I'll give you straight off the bat is, and this will sound a bit funny, but know that if this is your first role play, it probably won't go to plan. And if you know that, you can just take the pressure off a little bit, because if you know that you're going to have to fail a couple of these role plays, then it's best to get the practice in. Now, there are two ways that you can get the practice in. You can practice live on the interviews, or you can practice before the interviews. Now, one way is very painful, the interview route. Now, I went that route. I thought, screw it, I'll be able to figure out how to do this live. Very painful. Lots of lessons, lots of learnings, lots of insights. However, the second route is the route that this video and this video series will help you with. And this is how you can prepare for role play interviews before the interview. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be laying out a series of techniques that you can use, simple things for you to remember before you get on the call. Because when we realize that the opportunity is there and the only thing standing in the way of you getting that opportunity is your performance, then we can take full responsibility. Now, that means, yes, responsibility for the failures, which, they happen, and, sometimes it's a great way to learn. The other piece is taking responsibility for the preparation, responsibility for doing your research, being knowledgeable in the subject area that you're going to be talking about. But on a more basic level, it's about understanding what you can do on the call to help you get through in the most efficient way possible. Now, what you want to do is, in sales interviews at least, and sales role plays, you want to, number one, set out the scope for the call. Okay, guys, so today we've got 30 minutes. Is that still the case for you? They say, yes, we do have 30 minutes, or they say, no. You at least know how long the time is going to run. Then what you do is you lay out your agenda for that conversation, for that meeting. Now, I like to normally make a little joke here where you say, look, I'm not going to show up and throw up. It's not going to be a torrent of information. This is more of a collaborative approach where I'll show you some things, but I'll also ask you some questions to find out more about your situation. Lay out your, the things that you want to achieve and the things that you want them to achieve. Now, one of the craziest things about role plays is you don't have to talk for the entire time. Most of the time, finding questions, asking questions, building up that knowledge of what your prospects do, how you could add value, and then closing on the next step towards the later stage. So my first piece of advice, I'm going to do another much larger video, but this is just a nice short video. If you have any questions or any areas of role plays you'd like me to answer in that next video, comment below. I know that I was researching a lot of this before I started to pass role plays, and I couldn't really see any good options there. So if you would love to know a specific area of the role play, ask me and I'll be able to do that in the next video. So number one, set out your stall. This is how long we've got. Is that true? Yes or no? This is what I want to achieve, and I hope to tell you a little bit more about the product and solution. Is there anything that you would like to know about this solution, or do you have any goals that you'd like to get out of this conversation? Let them answer. Okay, great. Now, a really good question to start off is, could you tell me 3 goals that you have for this next year? Now, it's nice and open. It lets them talk about themselves and it's not too salesy. So that's a nice one. Like I say, I'm not going to go into too much detail now, but as we flow through the role play, it's important to sometimes make assumptions, say this is what other people in your situation are feeling and facing at the moment. And then what you want to do at the end of the call, so the start of it is like that. Then the middle bit is what we'll get into in that next video. The end part of the role play is also very important. Now, you need to have understood through that middle section what their needs are and what their pain points are. You need to understand how much it costs them in time, money, metrics, whatever metrics are important to them, you need to understand that. Then you need to link that to them not making a decision. You might say something like, how about we schedule a call for next Wednesday at 2 o'clock and we'll show you how this solution works and how it has worked for people in your situation. They might say, look, it's too expensive. You say, look, I completely understand that perspective. And from what you've told me, it might seem expensive. I completely get that. I understand it. I agree with you. However, what I've been able to figure out from hearing and listening to you is that it actually costs you money every week, every month, every whatever to not make this decision. And what's going to happen is you'll still be losing money and you won't have this solution. However, if you do buy it, you'll have the solution and you'll be saving money. So it's a double benefit. How about next Wednesday at 2 o'clock? Now, if they say no again, you've not really identified the key points that you need to identify. So you need to go back, ask some questions, and if there's still time, then you can close again. But the essential parts of a role play are set out the stall at the start, ask questions mainly through the middle, find out the pain points. Now, one tip that I'd give you is when you find pain points or issues that you could help, don't make a note and come back to them. Stick on those pain points. Make it hurt in the nicest way possible. If they say we use Excel and your solution saves time and isn't in Excel, you don't move on to the next point. You say, okay, well look, did you know that companies are 10% less agile when they're using Excel? We have data to show this. How many of your staff are using this? All of them are using this. Over how many offices are they using this in? Okay, wow, right, that's quite a big problem. And keep digging until until you feel like you've almost gone too far. Then move on to the next part. Keep going until that end piece. Now, you want to take them on a journey. You want to take them on a journey to understand that they are in pain and that your solution will help them get out of that pain. So at the end of it, that's when you ask those closing questions. Why don't we set up a demo for next week? Why don't you give it a try? Yes, okay, great. Would you like, this one or that one? Yes, I'd like this one or that one. Perfect. So this is a quick intro video of role plays. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some of my role play videos, and then I'm going to be more specific on the next one. But if you want to ask me any questions about role plays in sales terms, let me know and we can dive into that. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And I know these situations are very mentally stressful. So keep going, keep fighting. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them below. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.